Are you struggling to lose weight because you can't figure out how to eat enough protein without completely blowing your calorie goals? Back when I wanted to lose 50 pounds, I dealt with this exact problem. I knew I had to eat less calories, but I was also told to eat more protein in order to achieve the lean body I wanted. At first, this seemed impossible, but once I figured out how to dial in high protein meals that were also low in calories, my fat loss went on autopilot. So in this video, I'll show you the secret to planning high protein meals that are also low in calories so fat loss comes easier for you too. But first, you need to adjust your goals, because if you don't, I promise that you will fall off the wagon and gain all of the weight back. The key to setting your protein target is to aim for your goal weight in grams of protein each day. But most women have unrealistic expectations when it comes to what that final number should be. Before prioritizing building my metabolism by building muscle, I thought my dream body would come in around 130 pounds. But when the scale wasn't moving as quickly as I wanted, I learned since I was building muscle while losing fat, even though the scale didn't really change, I was still making great progress. This showed me that the changes I see in progress photos is far more important than some random number on the scale. After seeing the difference lean muscle makes, I was okay with a higher weight, because I also understand that building muscle stokes my metabolism, making it easier to eat more while still leaning out. Not to mention how important it is to build muscle in my 40s so that my 6-year-old self doesn't fall and break a hip. Plus, more protein is key to balancing hormones at a time that I can use all of the help I can get. Now that you understand that your goal weight is probably higher than you think it should be, which means your protein target is higher as well, plus I reminded you that we're all on a speeding train headed straight towards our hot flash and hip replacement era, maybe we should talk about how to hit that hefty protein goal. Skipping this first habit is like starting the day with fresh mascara, but forgetting to use this lash curling thing first. Wait, you're supposed to curl your lashes before brushing mascara on? How am I 45 and never used one of these things? I mean, I saw my mom use one when I was 5 and I'd watch her get ready to find me a new stepdaddy, but I haven't seen one of these medieval looking contraptions since. Well, anyway, if you want to be ready to face the world, then you gotta curl those lashes first, I guess. You also should never face the world without eating at least 30 grams of protein first, because starting the day any other way leads to blood sugar spikes and crashes for the rest of the day, which makes it pretty freaking hard to stick to your diet. Almost as hard as figuring this thing out. But you don't just want any 30 grams of protein, because I made the mistake of eating protein bars for breakfast, and even though I started my day with protein, I always found myself analyzing the vending machine by 10 a.m. and nothing good comes out of that machine. Oh look, a granola bar. Nothing. Starting your day with a few eggs mixed with egg whites will work wonders to keep you full all morning long. If you're like me and you don't love eggs, try mixing them into new recipes like this pizza breakfast bagel. Or you could even just have a turkey sandwich with some berries, which has been my go-to breakfast for weeks. But if you stop at a high protein breakfast and call it a day, that's like refreshing your lipstick, but forgetting to add lip liner first. Wait, lip liner? What the? Are we still using lip liner? I thought that was just some strange 90s trend that had us all walking around looking like aging pugs. Okay, well, according to ChatGPT, failing to use lip liner before lipstick is a complete disaster. One thing I do know is if you want your lipstick to last all day, then you gotta refresh it every few hours. And the same thing holds true for protein. If you wanna build a strong metabolism, then you gotta make lean protein your priority when planning all of your meals. I snuck in the word lean because if you wanna lose weight, you gotta find ways to keep protein high while also cutting calories. Eating more lean protein is the way to do that. Since most lean meats have between 8 to 9 grams of protein per 50 calories, start by building each meal with at least 5 ounces of protein. Then fill in the rest of your meal with whatever you prefer, but only if your preferences are foods that keep you satisfied. Sure, I'd love potato chips and chocolate with every meal, but I already know those highly processed foods will leave me starving an hour later. So instead, I do some adulting and fill in the rest of my plate with 2 thin slices of whole wheat bread, and I top with some veggies and add just a small amount of fat for flavor. When putting together a high protein dinner, I start with 5 ounces of lean ground beef. Then I add in some veggies to fill up on less calories, and I carefully measure out carbs and fats so I don't go overboard on calories. As long as I start lunch and dinner with at least 5 ounces of lean meat, that makes it easy to hit my protein target. But looking at my macros, I'm not quite at my goal of 150 grams of protein per day, with 30 grams of protein for breakfast and close to 50 grams for lunch and dinner. Going back to our morning makeup ritual, before I lived life in my mama form of leggings and t-shirts, and I actually had to face the world every day, I piled on the concealer thick since my face had more eruptions than Mount Vesuvius. Whenever I chose the concealer that was on sale, I had to constantly refresh my face since the cheap stuff always wore off quickly. And the same thing goes with cheap snack foods. When you choose the crunchy or sweet snacks that you're craving, it won't be long before your energy crashes and you find yourself searching for another quick fix. That's why you need to plan every snack with protein in mind first. So if you're really craving something crunchy and sweet, like this bowl of cereal, think about how you can raise protein. That way, your blood sugar doesn't shoot through the roof, leaving you starving an hour later. Maybe you could mix half a serving of protein powder into the milk in order to keep you fuller longer. Or have a few turkey slices before digging in. And if you choose a higher protein cereal that's also high in fiber, that helps with satiety too. Or maybe you're craving something simple like an apple. Sure, the fiber keeps you fuller longer than a highly processed snack like this, but if you add a few turkey slices to your apple, now you added 21 grams of protein while still keeping your snack under 200 calories. And this 200 calories will keep you fuller hours longer than this 200 calorie snack. Even better, a high protein snack is just what you need to hit your protein target for the day. But hitting your protein target is only half the battle for a fat loss plan that actually works. If you want to learn the other habits you need to form after 40 to achieve your dream body, then you have to watch this video next. I'll show you the simple habits you can change that make weight loss, well, simple.